Welcome to another live stream on custom screen printing. My name is Wayne and I am your host. Wait just a minute, I'll be right back. I'm just going to fix something. Trying to fix something here. It's in the hell out of me today. Um, Food. Right. All right, here I am. Now I hope people come in and join me. Um, so we are here to do a live stream. Oops. Here we go again. My feet again. Clunky feet. Going more of my cords this way. They can't stop dropping things on the floor. Feet of mine are clumsy. All right, we're here to do another live stream today on custom screen printing. This afternoon live stream, and we're just trying to get situated with the live stream today. The live stream podcast this afternoon. Well, I'm usually a t-shirt designer, but unfortunately, business is slow right now, so I got to do podcasts to keep busy. So hope people come in and join me today. So we can have a good old live stream. Got 3 out there. Now it's down to 2. I guess a lot of Wi-Fi issues are doing it again today. I was hoping all you Wi-Fi, the phones that have the Wi-Fi, will come in and join me. Go wait it out. We're only here for 5 minutes, 54, 56 seconds. So we're gonna wait patiently for people to come in. I know it's taking a while to come in, but Wi-Fi sometimes ain't your friend. So Wi-Fi don't usually work that great and everything. So Down to one now. Well, guess that's the kind of day it's going to be. A Tuesday. Slow Wi-Fi problems. And I don't know how your weather is, so I don't know what your weather situation is wherever you are located at. So I don't exactly know. We just have to wait and see. Especially if the subscribers mode's on. People don't like that subscribers mode, but hey, it cuts down the trolling on my channel. So you got to realize that if you're doing a YouTube channel, you don't want no one trolling you. So I put that on for a reason. So if you be patient, you can come on in. I think I'll be right back for a minute. Put the thing on for 5 minutes. So if you people want to come in, you don't have to wait until 5 minutes to come in. There's not many people coming in today on my channel because they don't like the subscribers mode. I'm sorry, folks, that you feel that way, but hey, we have to protect our channels, and we have to do what we have to do. So let's well, have to wait around for people to come in. 10:22. What the heck? 10 minutes? That's kind of odd. 10 minutes. Oh man, it must be having bad Wi-Fi trouble. Or people just didn't want to come in. It's vice versa, I guess. We'll see who you are when you try to come in the channel. If you're new at the channel, well then you have to come in on the subscribers mode. I know people don't like the subscribers mode. They hate that, but hey, you gotta realize you got to if you're a YouTube podcaster, we have to keep ourselves safe from trolls and bullies and people that like to bring drama in here. So I'm gonna wait around 11 minutes now. the stream don't stop being slow, I'll just shut it down for they not come on today. I'll come on tonight. It doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me one bit, really. Oh well. Well, I'll wait a little bit, and someone will come in soon. I just close the stream down and try tonight. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me anyway. Oh, excuse me. Huh. Huh. Hmm. Well, this is a live podcast, live stream. Um, a YouTuber that does t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies. When I'm not doing those, I do podcasts, live stream. If you have a channel that you want to talk about, if your channel needs if you're a new channel and you want to come in, subscribe to Custom Screen Printing, you're welcome to it. I don't know who everybody is, so we'll wait out and see who these two people are. We'll wait out for a little bit. If it keeps getting longer and longer and people are sitting out in the stream, not coming in, shut it off and go do something else for the rest of the day. Hello, Jerry Diver 21. How you doing? I know it's a little slow coming in because I have the subscribers mode on for 5 minutes. It slows down the trolls and everything, so oh boy, tired today. This YouTube, being a YouTuber is tires you out in the daytime. But okay, Jerry Dad, thanks a lot. I'm just waiting for this thing to pick up. It's not picking up right now, so I'm just waiting it out. Now, how long I'm going to be on here today, I might just call quits because there's not many people coming in right now, so I'm just waiting it out. So we're going to see. I know I have subscribers mode on everybody, but I just waited it out and see what happens. And see if we can get in more people to come in. We'll see. Oh. Well, we'll see. All right. Oh, it's hard to hear me. Can you hear me all right now? Better? Can you hear me all right now, Dirty Diaper? Okay. Must be my earbuds. Hope more people come in today, join me on my live stream today, because it doesn't take this long for people to come in, but it's now 21 minutes and 18 seconds. So hope more people get their Wi-Fi's working and come on and join me in this live stream. I'm just hoping you come in. If you don't, then I'll have to shut it off and try again tonight. But I don't usually have that many problems getting people in. But today I'm having problems getting people in today I have it on subscribers mode. I know people don't like doing that subscribers mode stuff, but hey, I don't have many people in here, so I have to do what I have to do to my channel. So now I'm gonna wait it out and see what comes in. So for some crazy reason, the stream is being slow today. Usually it's not that slow, but I guess it is what it is, I guess, today. Sometimes I'm tired, I don't wanna do a stream, but I figured to come on here because there's nothing better to do today. So I just wanted to start a stream. I see everybody. Oops. Um, you too? Really? Oh my God. They must be messing around with that analytics thing. They must be doing some work on their YouTube channels. I lost some myself. Weird. Trying to grow the channel and it kept knocking me down. Huh. Hmm. So I'm not alone then. What are you talking about? Well, I'm not having a good stream today. I guess it's only one. They keep dropping off. Maybe I should get off here. Maybe this time of day ain't the right day to do a stream. I guess. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. This day has been very, very slow today. And when it gets slow, I get drowsy and I start falling asleep in my chair. Oh, must be in the analytics. I might be having trouble with that again. I was up to 802 the other day during the night when they took it down, took them away from me, 6 of them. So it might be having trouble with their analytics. So I'm hoping everybody comes in. You too, Joey. Have a good day too. On my exercising bike, trying to get my knees back in shape. Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it later. Hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm on my exercising bike, trying to get my knees in shape. So we are going to have a live stream today on my YouTube channel, Custom Screen Printing, and hope everyone's having a great day today. So we will have a good old live stream today on my channel. Why my avatar's on? Because I'm on my exercising bike working on my knees. I'm planning on getting on a workout regimen to drop some weight off me. That's what I'm doing. So hey Squirrel, how you doing, Squirrel? How are you, man? My avatar's on because I'm on the exercising bike working on my knees right now for a little bit, and I'm gonna take this back out in the dining room where the gym is. How you doing there, Squirrel, man? I want to drop some weight off me this year. I'm right back there, all. Oh. All right, let me take this avatar off. Here we go. Oh, I'm doing all right. It could be worse, but no problem. I gotta put my sign on the lawn out here too. All right. I put my lawn sign on the lawn, so I'm not gonna leave my seat now. So, Dirty Diaper said he lost 20 subscribers off his subscribers list. So maybe YouTube is doing some work on the analytics situation. I don't know. Because they took some away from me, too. They're trying to stop him from getting to 1,000, it looks like it to me. Trying to stop him from getting up to 1,000. And they've been doing this to me since I've been on since 2013. So if it's out of the analytics, they're being jerks. But YouTube is being what they normally are, jerks. How's the work going today, this Crow? Yeah. They did the Dirty Diaper chick. They took 20 away from him. And they took like 6 away from me. And then last night, when I was on there with Joseph, I was supposed to be up to 800 and something this morning, 801, and it didn't go up to 801. It stayed down to 799. So something's going on with this YouTube. They must be doing something to the analytics. Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, that's something. It's something. Yeah, it seems like that, huh? Seen any battle from my end though. Well, we try to get a live stream today. See what happens. So many people come in. I don't know. Well, I guess it's the kind of year, I guess, Squirrel, to have bad weather when it's well. I guess we have to see who comes in today and joins the stream. I know they don't like subscribers more, but hey, it cuts down the troll activity and the bad people that kind of come in here. And everything. Well, it's like this. Yeah, yep, I understood it. They wouldn't let me touch it today, so they said they're gonna. They said not to touch it so many days, so can't do it again until later. Anyway, Squirrel, I know that I haven't got that sticker thing figured out yet. I don't know what the hell is the matter with Adobe Photoshop, but I gotta get hold of that guy and tell him it don't work. The sticker software does not work. It doesn't produce the way it said. Everything. I got a free, Squirrel, so I ain't complaining. The whole thing is it won't work the sticker software. It keeps acting like it's doing a photograph. It's stupid. So I have to talk to the guy on there that sold it to me and ask him what the heck are you supposed to do to get this stupid thing to work. So I don't know. Guess it's a matter of time, I guess. I don't know. I'll keep messing with it, hope it kicks over. So I'm gonna give that guy a talk on SD about it. Only cost me $5 for the plug-in, but it doesn't want to work. It doesn't. See, the problem is, Squirrel, it won't turn on the default action button. I'm trying to figure where the hell that button could be to shut off. Stupid. I don't think so. It's on Etsy. Um, what is it? It's on here. I think it's in my email, the guy's email. I'll find it. There's the guy right there. All right, send him another. No, I sent him another email. I sent him another email. See what that helps. We'll see what happens. Just doesn't want to work on the Adobe Photoshop. I got two of them: Adobe Photoshop 2022, and I got the Adobe Photoshop, another Adobe Photoshop, which is even the other one. Um, Extended CS6. '60s. Oh my God, what is this? What the hell does he keep doing this for? The Hey, Ashley, good day. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ashley. Today is nuts. Today is totally nuts. Not so much. Not so much. No, no, no one's bugging me off shirts. Wish there was. No, no. I was a little tired today 'cause I was up late last night on that crazy computer of mine. No, the only thing that's driving me crazy is trying to figure out that sticker software on the Adobe Photoshop. I don't know if that Canadian musician, fishing musician knows anything about Adobe. I can't find that damn um, full action button that's supposed to be on. It's not on. Can't find that. Yeah, I'm gonna be live this evening too. This Don YouTube is being an a-hole. They're doing something to YouTube. They're touching something because one day I had um 802 or something, then they knocked me down. Then I'm back to 799. They're still not letting me go up there. So they must be working with something. So I don't know. I mean, this, and then Adobe Photoshop was driving me nuts. Yeah, Adobe Photoshop's driving me crazy. I bought the sticker software from a guy, and the stupid thing is trying to think it's a photograph. It's supposed to be um, default action button showing, and ain't showing it. And I'm messing around with something I know nothing about. So I gotta look around in the software, see where it is. It's supposed to be in the action area, but it's missing. Well, I'm having a good day, all right. I'm having an all right day today. I'm just kind of bored, that's all. That's why I had to come on to do something because no. I didn't get scammed. The software's in the Adobe. Adobe's just being an idiot. Adobe Dum Dum, they call them. That's what I call it. Adobe. Okay. I'm just looking at something on my computer right now. Oh, that's what the problem is. There's no plugins in this. Um, Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming now. I don't know. I have to figure out where that default action button is and that Adobe where it's located. If it might be shut off, I don't know. It's got to be somewhere. So I got to figure that out. I'll work on that later when I get off the stream and everything. Get off the stream and I'll find out where that I'm still here. I didn't leave. I'm just trying to keep my avatar on. So I'm gonna have this pizza I made yesterday. It's kind of warm and I heated it up in the microwave. I think I cooked it too much. I'm still here. I didn't leave. Ooh, it's that hot. Oh yeah, it did. Did matter of fact. Came out fantastic. Just trying to it's just hot to pick this up. It's kind of hot right now. Mm. See, the pizza came out all right. Take this background off. See, pizza came out all right. See, it's nice and hot. But I don't like to eat on the camera, so I'm going to put this off. I want to make some more too, but not on the live stream this time though. Still discovering how to put the taste in the dough better. It's a lot of work doing pizza and ain't as easy as you think. I want to make another one too. But I got to figure out that Adobe Photoshop plugin that's missing. That default button. I'm going to find out where it is. I made a mess on my sweatshirt. Oh, I hate spilling things on the shirt. I hate spilling things on that shirt. I hate that. Yeah, I got to make some more pizza too. I'm going to be making more in this in a few I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my pizza book for a minute. I'm gonna get my pizza book. All right. Today I'm doing some studying on my pizza. I got some stuff offline. I'm gonna look this up. All right. Oh, okay. It's different than I was doing it. That's what these people said. All right, let's hit this one. I don't think so, bud. Thanks anyway, but no thanks to that one. See what this one says. Just the pizza maker that here it is. One half of 2 cups of flour mixed together. And 2 cups of flour. And olive oil. The rest of the flour. Was till they go consistently. Figured. Hmm. What if they tell you how to make the cheese inside the crust? Pizza. Meatball pizza. Hmm. Wonder how that will work if I don't put oil in the. Maybe that's what I was doing. Maybe I'll try that instead of putting olive oil in the. Hmm. I'll try that instead. Hey Dave, I want to take a. So long as been on the stream so far. Well, I finish my stream, I'll go out with you, all right? You won't be by yourself. I was just talking to my brother about the pizza. Hey, your ability don't ask. How you doing, man? How you doing? I'm here again. We're going to be on here until 3, and I'm going to go to the store again and pick some more pizza stuff up. I got to make another pizza. But I'm not making a video on it this time. I'm just going to make it offline. Because I'm just trying to make a pizza. Oh, yeah, don't worry about it, Squirrel. We all do that online when we do that. What's that got to do with living in the Midwest? What's the Midwest? What's the Midwest got to do with this? You mean they hate pizza in the Midwest? I'm trying to get better at my pizza making there, Mark. And I'm going to try to figure out, I'm not putting olive on the dough anywhere. Can't go wrong with pizza if you live in Florida. Can't go wrong either if you live here either. Because I make my own. I don't go to no damn store or no pizza place to buy it. You don't know if they're spitting in your pizza. You don't know what they're doing to it. I'd rather make it at home. Rather make it at home. Well, you want me to do it for you? Want me to do it for you? Your Billy, you don't ask? All right, I'll do it for you, okay? All right, we'll do a shout out for you. Because all the people that shout out for people, usually they get stickers from them and everything, but I'll give you a shout out anyway, man, all right? I go on my live stream when I'm doing my live stream again. Gigability, don't ask. You did shout out for you did a shout out for I did not yet. Not yet. I could do one right on here. Hey, man, let's give a shout out for Gigability. Don't go wrong, man. Check out his channel on YouTube, everybody. Right? Oh, I did, but I shut him out again, man. Gigability, don't ask, man. Check his channel out. When 3 o'clock comes, I want to go out. I know every time I'm in here, I got 5 people in the stream. I hate leaving when I have 5 people. But I have to get out and get some exercise on my legs, too. I'm getting too lazy my own self, you know. Hey, what's the truth? Who's Link? Who's Link? What's the truth? Who are you talking about? Who's Link? I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, okay, you did a good job there, Mark. Is that what you're talking about? What's the truth? Check him out. He did. He did. Mark did that. Okay, you got a sub for him. That's good. That's good. Check the guy out. And I'll give you a shout out on a video sometime. We have to keep this thing going, buds. We have to so I'm going to tell you, man, I want you on my worship channel, What's the Truth? We made that arrangement. You got to come over there. You hear me? What's the truth? Hey, what's the truth? Come up my panel for a minute, all right? Come up my panel for a bit. Come up here, what's the truth? Come on up here. Join me up in the panel. Join me up in the panel, bud. So I'm gonna be on here until like 2 hours. So when yeah, come up my piano for a bit. Jump up. Jump up. I want to talk to you about something. Come on up here, man. Hey, what's the truth, dude? What's going on, man? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Is your mic working all right? That's not him. That's not him. Someone might imitated your account. Was that you? What's the truth? I don't think that was you. Someone tricked me. Someone used your account. Yeah, I didn't think so. Son of a bitches. You know, trolls, I'm gonna kick your ass, Ryan Smith. You imitate someone's account again, I'm gonna boot you square in your ass. You stupid idiots. Damn morons. Jackasses. I
There we
knew who
go.
that was, you know.
No, I come up with my camera on. I will always
Yeah,
come.
you know who that was? Ryan Smith. I heard his voice.
Okay. Yeah,
Troublemaker.
I will. I'll always
All
come
right.
up with my camera on for you.
I know. Now I know. All right. So
So what's happening, man?
I want you to give your testimony on my YouTube, on my worship channel.
Okay. Okay.
I want you to talk about what you talked about the other day. I want people to realize that, you know, people when they have lives like this, they don't give up and roll over and play it and roll over and die. You know what I mean? It's like I know it's a tough thing to go through, and you read that whole thing on the
On the YouTube streets.
yeah, what you know what people go through in everyday lives, and I will be on the stream with you, and I'll be explaining to people this is the Lord has what the Lord works in people's lives when they have issues um, with with problems that they can't. If you think I preached something, I didn't preach it, but I had problems with my Logos Library Sunday, and I couldn't preach it what I wanted to preach.
Right.
But it says it was about John 15. It was about
Okay.
you're producing fruit for the Lord. If He don't work in you, you can't produce.
Right. Right.
And you know Philippians 4:13, I can do anything through Christ who gives me strength.
Absolutely.
So what I want to put across these people, you know, if you have major issues, you don't go it alone when you have these major problems.
Right.
You trust in the Lord to get you out of the problems you are in. And the only way you can do that is you turn your life over to Him and He'll straighten the whole situation out. I know you went through hell and back before you got through this, but it must have been horrible. And it was horrible. We don't know what it felt like because we never went through it, but you did. And
Right. Right. Now,
it was horrible.
do you think maybe that is why people are so scared of my testimony, Wayne?
I
Because
don't
they
think
don't
people are
understand
scared
it?
of it.
Because
No, what the whole problem is that, you know what the problem why people are not used to testimony? People are too afraid to give the testimony.
right,
I went
right.
on my worship channel, right? And none of the Christians want to come on there and say, "What is wrong with you people?" You know what?
Okay.
You know, you don't give. I ask people what their testimony is, and they don't want to give it to them.
Hmm.
It's one lady named Myra, right? She had this Bible that she was reading off of, right?
Hmm.
She kept saying everybody's Christians, everybody's Christians. I'm not criticizing her, but not everybody's Christians unless they come to know Christ
Right.
as their Savior. You can't
God
say
is
everybody's a believer unless they turn to Christ, and then they be a believer. You know what I mean?
God is so good. He is so merciful.
Yeah, I
Um,
know that. I know that already.
he gives you chance after chance. It's funny that you're bringing up the Christians are scared to give their testimony because I was given the opportunity for at least 5, 6 years to voluntarily give my testimony within the church that I was attending. We were doing street ministry, etc. and I ran from my testimony because I'm scared of what I brought out the other day. I do realize that all the years that I spent running from my testimony, God is now telling me, Brian, what's truth? You have no choice but to give your testimony now, or I'm going to allow all of these wicked people in this world to run amok with it. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
understand what you're
I
saying.
come out and I pray for boldness and I ask God to give me the courage. It is something that I'm absolutely terrified of.
Of
But
course, why wouldn't you be? Look what you went through.
right? And it's hard to tell people that I don't want to be looked at as a victim anymore. I want to be looked at as a survivor. That is
Yeah.
my story. Is I survived by the blood of Jesus Christ alone. Rescued me from the gutters of the streets.
You
I
know what really
mean,
bothered me when you told that is when you had a family member that did it to you, and that's like
yeah,
someone you think you can trust, and
right.
they took that trust and stuck, crushed it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you got to imagine now. You remember Revelation 20:12? You ever read that
Goodness.
chapter?
I've read the whole book, but let me get out my scriptures.
God's gonna is gonna take care of that wicked person that did that to you. He is gonna do take care of him. Believe me, he's not gonna get away with what he did. When you're
Right,
up there
right,
with the Lord and you have to
right.
face His wrath, I
And
hate to
I
be the guy when he faces God.
Yep. And Jesus said, "And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were opened, and
Yep.
another book was opened, which is the book of life, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according
You,
to their works."
all right, let me explain that to you now. Right, what that means is that there's two books. All right, one for the Christian, that's the one that's saved. Right.
Yeah.
The other book is for the worldly people,
Yep.
and they're going to be judged out of that worldly book. What they did, God keeps notes.
He sure
He
does.
sees everything in the world, and you keep on doing nasty things to people.
Yeah.
He's going to say, "Oh, wait till I get my hands on that person."
That's right.
And they think
Right.
they're smart. Oh, I did this. When someone's sick in the brain, what they did, they have to be pretty sick.
Yeah.
They didn't think it was anything wrong what he was doing, but to me,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
pretty perverted.
Now that's a whole family, Wayne. 10 people, 5 sons, 5 daughters, right? And only 3 of the daughters came out and spoke out against the man.
You mean the
And
whole family got put through that?
the whole family, dude.
Oh my
And I
goodness
still
sakes!
live to this day. There is a rapist out there, a child molester out there who threatened to put a shotgun in my mouth if I threatened to come out with this story.
Oh,
Still to this day, the RCMP in Canada aren't doing nothing about him.
oh my
He
goodness!
he has people on this earth right now scared to death of him that hide
Huh.
in their homes because they're terrified that he's going to come after them if they tell the truth.
Oh my God! That's Canada for you. United States wouldn't stand for that.
Yeah.
Oh, they wouldn't stand for that at all. They'd go after him in a minute.
So I came out with my story, Wayne, because
Yes.
there was a few people on YouTube who were taking that story and telling everybody that I was being the abuser, that I was the one that committed all the abuse. They were
Oh,
turning me around to being the child molester. So I had no choice. People say
oh,
it's only YouTube, but I'm on YouTube and I like to talk from panel to panel.
oh my
And,
God!
I have to battle some disinformation out there about me. And why not do it in a better way, in a positive way, where I can get my testimony out there? I can share my mother's story. I can get the gospel out there at the same time. And I don't know what effect my story is going to have on somebody, whether it's going to change their heart for the rest of their lives or if it's going to make them double down on me like some people did. I have been contacted in the last 3 days by dozens of people who have told me that my story is important and that I need to get it out there and
I
I
agree.
need to help change people's lives and I need to bring people to Christ.
Yeah, and that's the opportunity God's using you, and that's why I'm not ashamed of your story because I don't know what it went through because I never went
Right.
through it, but it was devastating. I mean, it's horrible to know that this guy did this and he's still out there
Yep.
and no one's doing nothing about him.
Right. And the main point of the whole story is that I guess there are people out there that protect pedophiles and of the such because they're scared,
Well, when
right?
your story gets out there, people are going to get more guts to do something. You know, you're going to
Right.
start something that,
Exactly.
and you're going to make them realize, hey, I don't have to stand here and be fearful. And if this guy can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? God's
Absolutely.
using you for this purpose.
I encourage anybody out there who hears my story this Sunday on Wayne's channel to absolutely contact the RCMP in Canada about this man.
I
Reach
wanted
out to
to
me in
do.
private and I will
What's
give you the name of this man,
what's
right?
this
But
today? Tuesday.
absolutely.
We're going to go on the
People,
worship channel on Friday and do this.
yeah,
That's what
Friday.
I want to put it on a Friday.
Okay, okay. Do that. I
So I'm
did sub
ticked
to your
off
other
at,
channel. Yep.
yeah, but I'm ticked off at this person that did this to you, and
Yeah.
I'm ripping mad too. I think that this guy should be locked up.
Absolutely.
They should
100%.
incarcerate him, cut his balls
100%.
off.
For
Excuse
the
my
rest of
language.
his life. For the rest of his life.
Yeah,
Yep.
he shouldn't be walking around free. I don't care who that moron is, and he
Right.
don't scare me either. You want to threaten people?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you better watch out, sucker, because the law is coming after you.
Well, I live about 3,000 kilometers away from this guy now. I moved my family as far away from that family as I could, Wayne. I broke the generational curse that was on my family, and I serve the Lord now.
Oh my gosh,
And
that
yeah,
that kills me to know it was a family that did that to you. That's unexcusable.
yep. And that's the
And
justice system for you.
oh Jesus, someone should do something about it.
Yep.
Someone has to tell someone that you can talk to about it. And
Yep.
if you lived in the United States and that went on, they would not ignore that. You know, they would not sit by and say, "No way, this is going to get away with this stuff." This guy, and that's they don't have a statute of limitation on that. You know, they don't have
No,
it
there
on
is
that,
none. There is none. No.
and that's bad
Yep.
because that guy better worry. I'm telling you. If you keep giving your testimony, someone's going to hear that and they're going to say, okay, we're going to go after this guy now. You watch, something will happen. God will work it out, and someone will hear you, and something will happen. I guarantee something's going to happen because if they hear some person hears it, say it might be a State Department official down in Canada, you don't know. It could be one big nacho guy in the Congress might hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he might say, "Oh my gosh, this went on and no one did nothing."
Right. Or
It could
or
happen.
or somebody living on the streets ready to put that needle in their arm might hear my live stream and say, "Wait a minute, I'm going to reach out to this guy." Right?
Yeah,
You
right.
know, and that's what my hope and prayer is, Wayne, is that I change hearts out here on the streets.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
I was listening that day and I said, "Man, that no one could ever know what that felt like. I mean, no one can
Right.
even imagine what that felt like.
No.
It's like it's horrible, you know. Molestation's horrible anyway, but YouTube got to live up to the fact that they got to clean this out to this YouTube multimedia platform. They
Yeah.
got to get rid of the problems in YouTube.
They
They
do.
keep taking my subscribers away from me too, and I don't know why they're doing that. Since
Yeah.
2013, they've been doing. And they owe me more subscribers because they kept taking them away from me and never gave them back.
Well,
They're
if
trying to
if
stop me from getting to 1,000.
if you don't mind, I'm going to tell everybody that if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's What's Truth at Spitfire Saint 77. That is where I keep all of my notes. That is where I share the gospel. I do a lot of things on Twitter, and it's a good way to reach out to me if you are having problems privately, of course.
I
But
have
yeah,
Twitter
I'm
too.
there. I'm there to pray for you. I'm there to talk to you. I'm there to listen. Anything that somebody in
Let me
in
let
in
me.
needs, you know.
All right, here's the thing. You ready?
Yeah.
Watch this. We're going on Twitter. Now we're on Twitter. Hello, Twitter. This is Custom Screen Printing. We got a gentleman on here that wants to tell you a story. I'm going to let you tell it too. We're on Twitter right now and on my channel on Custom Screen Printing YouTube. And I'm on Twitter by the name of Nameless T-shirt Wear. We are on here talking to a gentleman. His name is, what's it name now? Let me see. The Truth.
Call me What's Truth or Brian.
What's Truth? And he's got something to talk about that you might, maybe out there, someone's been hurt by someone, by molestation, by a family member. This man here has his story to tell. And I'm going to let you tell it right on here.
All right.
Twitter is there's Twitter right there. Go right ahead.
So I'd like to open this up with a prayer to the Lord. I ask, Lord, that you give me the strength and the courage and the boldness, and I ask for a spirit of protection over each and every person in this live stream today. I ask, Lord, that you reach out there into this big, huge, cruel world and you dig down inside deep somebody's heart and you help this message get delivered to where it needs to go. I thank you, Lord, for brothers like Wayne who are allowing me to give this message, and I ask you to bless him and protect his home as well. I pray for all of these in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
So my name's Brian, and as you have heard, I have a testimony that has been catching some fire on the YouTube streets. It goes way back to the 1970s, 1960s, you know, when families were very out in the wild, I guess. You know, my family grew up in the country. They had a big farm, they had a big junkyard, etc. It was 5 daughters and 5 sons who were born to Cecil and Lillian Carpenter. And the story goes back a long time, and it involves a lot of abuse. So if you have children in the room, please remove them. My mother left me a testimony before she passed away, and it was a deep, dark secret that she had held for many, many years. My mother came to serve the Lord through me when I ended up in prison because of all the side effects of this abuse and where it took me. She found the Lord because I was writing her letters every day in jail, telling her about Jesus Christ. She found the Lord, and she came throughout the years because, you know, a relationship with Jesus Christ, we always start out as babes. And she had a truth to tell, and she was so hurt and so messed up from what had happened to her in the past that she did the best she could raising me, but it just wasn't enough, and she had demons of her own to work out. And when she died, she left me a note, and the note, I don't know. Do you want me to read it here, Wayne?
Go right ahead.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Let it fly.
Give me 1 second.
This is what this channel is all about. I want the truth to get out, because this subject bugs the hell out of me.
Really?
And people go around touching someone improperly or hurting a child and let them grow up into an adult. You're going to get it sooner or later by the Lord or by the law.
All right.
I'm allowing this being the towel hit on this channel, then we'll let them. So that's all all right. It's all yours. I want to give you a big screen, all right?
All right. Here's the title. My testimony, private until God requests it. This is from my mother, and it says amen at the end. No more family secrets. After many years have gone by, many times I have desired to finally speak and tell the truth, but my worst fears were, if I did, no one would have anything to do with me. The truth seems to do that. I fear never being part of the family, and right now it's down to 2 of my family that after the years that have gone by have accepted me for what I am. I am sure at one time or another they have judged me and the way that my life has been. Well, I am going to reveal the truth as I know it. I will not speak for others, for I know a few have their own demons to face, and we all see the truth, but describe it in different ways. After many years of the drinking, the drugs, the therapy, the nightmares, the selfish nights of why me? Why did this happen to me? What did I ever deserve? What did I ever do to have all these things happen to me? It took me many years of therapy and confusion to finally come to terms with all that happened. As a child growing up in a large family, afraid all of the time that if I told the truth, I would be kicked out of the family. Who would believe me, anyways? Isn't that what every child says? And what would the family think of me then, many years after I cried? Many times I actually tried to commit suicide, but never succeeded. I guess that's why I am so strong in my faith with Jesus Christ. For I know God saved my life many times over, and for that I am very grateful. The therapy didn't help me a lot. They just gave me a whole bunch of medication, pill after pill, something to take away the nightmares. As I would in my dreams, still sleeping, attack my husband in the middle of the night, with full-blown fits, screaming till he would wake me up. It was a mystery to him why I had such nightmares, until I finally told him of just some of the things that had happened to me. I don't know if he really understood it then, for there was many things left out, and the whole thing was really not complete. Did it affect my marriage? Yes, indeed it did. For I could never love anyone again until all of these things from the past stopped haunting me, which did not happen for many years. The professionals, who numbered about three, all agreed after months of sharing that I had post traumatic stress disorder, and explained just what it was and how it affected my life. That at least left me with some questions answered, although it never changed how I was feeling. Post traumatic stress disorder, I thought, only soldiers get that. Only those who have been through horrible, horrible things, of seeing children die, or being the only one left in a plane crash. It was not something that I could ever thought would happen to me. I did the research and came to understand why I behaved like I did. How scared I was all the time of losing the only one I cared about, my son Brian. Give me a second here. Finally, in 2000, I gave my life over to the Lord, and the healing began. Everything I tried never worked, but I thank Jesus. He was for real, and with his strength behind me, I started to reveal the truth that I knew to the family. And folks that are listening, that is the only thing that is bringing me here today, is the strength of the Lord. Let's
Amen.
begin where many years ago it had all started. In the truth I will reveal here, I was not alone. My two sisters and my brother were involved, and it had all started with our grandfather in Ontario, Canada. Some of the family does not remember much about him, as they were only young at the time, but the older family members remember him. He seemed like a very good man. He loved his daughter a lot. He helped his mother whenever he could. He had a place available to her when she decided to live in Ontario and raise her family. She did not, of course, know the truth at the time, and until I finally revealed it to her the last years of her life, I knew how much it would hurt her. But she was a wonderful woman of truth and Jesus Christ, and taught us this as we grew up. Don't lie, she would say. Tell the truth at all costs, and when situations happen, and everything will turn out all right. Well, back then I was too small to tell the truth, and it was years later and many prayers later that I finally told her what happened to us as young children. She was hurt beyond words, but she thanked me for telling her the truth. Truth it took some time to realize she told me, but she said she knew something was not right. She did say that, for it was only the four of us that her father would take to share times and summers with. There was reason for that. Anyone else would have told on him. But for some reason, we did not tell on him. For the life of me, I do not understand now why. Maybe it was the extra attention, maybe the extra activities that we were allowed to do when we were with him, maybe the money he would give us. We were free to do whatever we wanted to do. We were free to smoke, drink, things I know the rest of the family were not allowed to do, and for good reason. I was about 4 years old. The other girls, a few years older, that he called us into his bedroom and said he had something to ask us. We would gather together by his bed, and he said, I will give you each $2 an hour if you take off your clothes and get naked. Just run around the house, no going outside. For others would see us, and they would not understand. I stood there and really remember thinking, hey, this is cool, $2 an hour for being naked. I could do that. Didn't seem too much. It didn't seem to be too much to ask, and besides, I already had the money spent. I remember that. As the months and years went by, most of the time we visited, we were naked. He would just watch us. Now I don't know what was going on with the other girls, but he was not touching me or anything. That I should be upset. You would have to ask them what was going on and for how long. But as time went by, he began to molest me, touching me and feeling me, performing oral sex upon me. It started to be a confusing time for me. It didn't seem to hurt me none then. But oh, the years would go by where I found out the complete opposite. He did not have sexual intercourse with me, for I remember he was always limp and could not get an erection, which now I thank God for. Things can always be worse. This went on for many years until he died, and I was then around 14 years old. I knew this was going on with the other girls, for I walked in on them a couple of times, turned heel, and ran. I really do remember all of this quite well, and it will be up to the others to tell you the truth as they experienced it. When he left me $2,000 in his will, I was terribly hurt. He had left my other two sisters $7,000 each, and I could not understand how come they were more important than me. This confused me for many years, that our grandfather had put a price upon the abuse that I had suffered, and that my price was lower, or so I thought I was worth less. I do not remember the molestings too much, for like I said, he would give us scotch, hot water, and sugar. And after one of them, I was pretty much passed out, I think now. Maybe that is where I became an alcoholic and started to smoke. And after I got a couple years older, I was smoking around 8 years old.
Oh my God.
Still, I never told anyone, not anyone. And I guess my sisters didn't either, for it went on for years. At the age of 12, I was raped by a man, my brother, who punched me in the face for fighting to get away. Finally, after a couple of those punches, I just let it happen. Yes, I was a virgin at this time, and I still remember every detail. I was told that if I ever told anyone, even into my old age, that he would kill me. He would find me, and my life would be over. And that was the beginning of my PTSD, where it all started. This happened more than once, and I was at that age that I started to stay home and not go to visit Grandpa. I spent most of my time hiding and running to this day. I look out my window at night and I can see a gun pointing at me and hear the noise of the gun going off, and this gave me quite a fear of the dark for many, many years, and a fear for my life. But after having faith in God, I no longer fear death, for it is but a step into the next life for our souls. It was then, while I was about 13 years old, that my uncle came into my life, and I found that I was not safe at home anymore or at my grandfather's, and so I avoided everyone and spent most of my time alone. I remember God helping me out at this time, and I have wrote a book about that I have delivered to my son, called My Secret Garden, where my mind went when all this abuse became too much for my mind and heart to hold. He would come into my bed and maul me, lay upon me, and get his thrills that way, of course telling me at the age of 13 how much he loved me and that he would care for me for the rest of my life. He would always be there for me. And of course, this began the dependence upon him for many, many years to come. Never had I at this age in my life made any decisions for myself. I never got to experience the life of having a boyfriend or having intercourse for the first time with anyone. This all weighed heavily upon me again for many years. After moving to Nova Scotia, I was pretty much like a sheep thrown to the wolves. Many men, especially relatives, seemed to confirm that abuse was a normal thing and that it happened to everyone. This started the years of abuse of myself and the hurt and anguish I felt. We had been taught this was not supposed to happen to us. My mom did her best to keep us all safe, but couldn't be with us 24 hours a day. So I drank and I did drugs to kill the pain and the emptiness that I felt inside. I did not know who I was. I took one nervous breakdown after another. Most of the time I drank, I was passed out on the floor the next day, never remembering anything that had happened to me, making my life worse. My uncle, by then, who lived in Nova Scotia also, would continue with his love affair with me. Then, and then he professed to love me. What can I really say? The post traumatic stress really had me by then. So it's then decided to start trying to get help for everything I had been through. 3 times I was in the Nova Scotia hospital because I could not take any more and I just wanted to die. I wanted this horrible life to be over. So many people professing to love me only for the selfish act of rape. That's all I knew. I realized that the love was not real, that they professed to me. Therapy at least taught me this. Whether that was good or bad, it just made me sink lower into depression. I did learn that it was totally wrong to trick someone into sex. I learned all about domestic violence. I learned all about sexual abuse. I even ran a group for women who had been through sexual abuse themselves. Same things as me. That healed me some. Talking about abuse to someone seems to help. It was then I discovered it was going on with way more than just me. I found out that my uncle and my sister had the same kind of relationship we had. How much he desired and loved her, no matter what others thought.
Hey, Tasha.
I was heartbroken, and I am sure my sister was also. For as you see, although I did not tell you about her abuse, I knew it went on. It makes me wonder now if the abuse went on with the other sisters, but I was had too much fear to even ask, considering how I felt. Nothing mattered much after that, and as the years rolled by, this behavior of other family members was pushed upon me. Brothers of my father's who tried to get me in bed, tormenting, they would get me alone and offer me money to sleep with them. So I turned myself inside and became withdrawn in all I did. No relationship would work after all of this, and I was married to Brian's husband for only a couple of years, and he didn't know about the abuse either. And I really never loved him like real love. And when I got pregnant with Brian, left to be on my own because I hated everything to do with sex. I hated love and never again would give my heart over to anyone. Who could I trust? I had been lied to and used most of my childhood and young adult years, and in bitterness I turned myself over to fighting sexual abuse and domestic violence. This is when I was told in confidence what was going on with Dad and now other family members. I would see my sister-in-laws come to visit Mom and watched as Dad tried to kiss them and maul them. I seen it. I am not surprised that my brothers pulled away from the visits, and I knew how the ladies must have felt being handled with such arrogance and disrespect. Then it was revealed to me about my youngest sister. I hated Dad, and how could he do this to my mother? After she looked after him and devoted all of her love to him, I hated him. And I had heard from another sister that way back in the years, she was abused by him, and she told Mother, which my youngest sister, but no one believed her. Just a confused, mixed up person she was, telling lies for attention. But it did not turn out that way. What she predicted came true. I got in touch with a family member and revealed to them what I knew. It was not very long after that I became that thing in town. After all I had been through, I was still being judged and blamed for the things that I never did, but were done to me by somebody else. I wanted this person. I warned this person, that it wasn't right and that I was going to do something about it to stop it. I was going to tell Mom. I was going to tell everyone, but that was not to be. Finally, again, the two family members who never rejected me or left me stayed in my life. The rest of the family drifted away from me. I stayed to myself pretty much until 10 or so years later when I was contacted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. They wanted to see me. Someone had called Crime Stoppers and was concerned about my youngest sister's children being involved in more sexual abuse by our father. The police told me the police told me they had seen Dad kissing upon Crystal and mauling her when nobody was watching. I believed this. After the history of all I had been through, secrets, they destroy families. They keep them apart. The police contacted me on several occasions to see what I knew. They needed more information to go on. They had to stop this. For if it happened the once, they knew in sexual abuse cases, it does not stop. In fear of what I might know, I hid from the police. I didn't answer my phone or would not answer the door, for I knew it was them. I was very afraid, and I avoided them for a good 4 months, until one day they showed up at my door and I answered it. If you have ever been involved with the police, you know that they do not give up. And after explaining to me about domestic violence and sexual abuse, I told them everything that I knew. It is, I am sure, somewhere on a video tucked away in a filing cabinet in a back room. At this time, I did not know much about the situation with Dad and the family. He never touched me. I would never allow him to kiss me or hug me. For I did believe my sister, for I had learned much about sexual abuse, and all I had been through came spilling out. I could no longer protect or love anyone who would be involved in such horrible behavior. It was so wrong, plain and simple, and I did not want anyone to ever suffer like that again. The police visited the school and took the children out and interviewed them on all they suspected. They did not tell me what was said or done, but they did tell me that if this was going on, they would not stop until my dad was charged and held responsible for what he had done to his wife and his youngest daughter. I avoided the family, and I knew they had plans on talking to my sister to find out what she knew. I do not know what she told them, but I'm sure it was the truth. Whether the rest of the family agreed or not, I am sure, like me, in her heart she realized the wrong of what was going on, and I hope she did tell them the truth of all she knew. By this time, my sister and I were pegged down as troublemakers. Imagine, after all the years and what her and I had been through, we were still being labeled the troublemakers and liars and as wanting attention from others. This was our motives, so the story was said. The police contacted me from time to time. They revealed that it didn't look good and that they were planning on doing DNA testing on the two children to see if they belong as children to that father. They had learned, they had learned he was sick. Okay, so at this point in time, my grandfather was very sick with brain cancer. And this is when the investigation was going on. So they had learned that he was sick and told me that they had visited him and told him just what their plans were. I never heard more on the situation, and I was relieved that Dad was being held responsible for what they alleged. It made me think back to a time when my mother tried to commit suicide by drinking a bottle of iodine to get her life over. I suspected that she had found out about my father and my youngest sister and what was going on. Mother was taken into the Nova Scotia hospital as well, and we were not allowed to know what went on in those meetings. Although most of us were there in the comfort room to comfort her, while Mother suffered each day in sickness. Mother went to work every day, going to work to support him. And I prayed and prayed that she would leave him, but she would not. So again, I did not want to be around to see what was going on and to see no one doing anything about it. I visited my father in the hospital, and I certainly wrestled whether I should see him or not, because I still hated him in my heart. But God told me that he was dying and that I should forgive him. I visited just one short half hour. I prayed to God for days before the visit, and I was not sure what was going to happen to me. If other families members seen me visiting him, I was so afraid and scared. The day Brian and I and the pastor went down to the hospital to see him, I did not know what would happen. I knew the police had visited and told Dad of their plans. My faith really grew that day in the Lord. I guess you could say, I guess you could say, Okay, so let me interject here because there's some spelling errors in her testimony. When me and her and my pastor went to the hospital that day to visit my grandfather, we stood outside the hospital and we prayed that God remove all evil spirits and that he bind up any that are in the hospital and that he clear that hospital room out for us to go visit him in. Because that hospital room was always full of people who were there to run damage control for this story. They did not want my mother alone with my grandfather because they knew that the story would come out. So when we went in that hospital room that day, the nurse just came out and said, I just chased everybody out and put the wet floor signs up, but you guys are more than welcome to go in there and do what you got to do. Me and my mother absolutely believe that God spoke to that woman that day. All right. I seen him sitting in the chair, and the miracle happened. When we arrived at the hospital, no one was in the room except for him. The lady had just put the cleaning sign on the floor, and the tears flowed in the nurse's eyes and my eyes. That day, words cannot say anything as we hugged. I read my father a few scriptures from the Bible, and he had been saved. The pastor told me, the pastor had told me, and until the meaning of that is realized, it is hard to put into words. God had forgiven him for all he had done in his life. God had forgiven. I knew if God forgave him, who was I to question God's decisions? And right then, I myself forgave him. If you know anything about domestic violence, it can go back into families a very long way. I questioned if perhaps Dad himself had been abused as a young child, as a young man, for it all comes from somewhere. Years later, when I told Mom my truth, she said she had finally had some understanding of what had happened. Although she broke down and cried when she told me she lacked understanding of all the times she stuck with Dad. She was hurt greatly that it seemed he had waited for my youngest sister's visit, and a few minutes after my youngest sister left, he died. She was terribly hurt, and not much I could say would comfort her. I explained that Dad had gone on to be with the Lord, and what had happened was not anything to do with her, but more to do with my younger sister. I didn't understand myself, but knowing God like I do, I know He does all things for a reason. And someday we will have the answers to all the questions we have. A couple of months ago, I was reading my niece's Facebook page when she revealed that she, too, had been molested by a family member when she was a small girl. I messaged her back in private. She revealed to me that it was Dad who had done the molesting to her as well. She felt that even when she did tell, that the molesting was not recognized and that she felt it never got resolved. It makes me wonder to this day why no one else seen what was going on and why no one ever took responsibility for what my father was doing. Maybe they did not see it. Maybe they were afraid like I was. And I sometimes cry when I realized I could have stopped some of the abuse that happened in their lives. I do feel responsible for my niece. I should have came forward. I should have told my mother. But I did not want to hurt her any more than what she was already suffering. It makes me wonder what else happened in the family with my father. Did he do this to other little girls as a person who knows the hurt? I ask if any of you suspect that it could have happened to the children to find the truth. For sexual abuse and secrets usually stay hidden. And the truth, the child feels that maybe they did something to deserve this. Or quit and shame them, overthinking they had something to do with it. I will tell you, no little boy or girl deserves this. But like me, they are afraid to say anything. I have learned now to be strong in the Lord and strong in this life, and I am secure now in who I am with Jesus Christ. I am, for the first time, happy in my life, and I pray our family will get back together and all of this can be left behind us. Why now God has told me to tell the truth, the secrets we keep in darkness, the pain and despair people can feel when this happens to them, it will sooner or later come out into the open. For this is what it takes to be healed from the past and all things that have happened to us. I do not need pity or attention. I do not tell the truth for myself, but for others who need to heal. I know others in the family have seen things in their lives concerning my father and have heard stories. You're not crazy. It did happen. Me and my sisters and niece are examples of what can happen when secrets stay hidden. They ruin lives, they destroy relationships for the rest of our lives, and are horrible experiences to keep in the heart. I love each and every one of you greatly. I do pray that the truth will be revealed so all of you may get past this terrible past we were all involved in. Blessings, pray upon your lives, and pray that the secrets that are hidden will be revealed. It is no one's fault, as I thought for years. Children do not do anything to deserve these things to happen to them. For what was in the darkness must come out, if not here, in the next life. We will have to accept it, for the darkness cannot control the truth. In Jesus' name, amen. Betty Jean. And that, my friends, is my mother's testimony.
All right, what's the truth? Let me ask you a question now. You know the verse of Romans 8:28, right?
Just a second here. I do have my Bible open here. Just give me a sec. Romans
8:28.
we know all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. Right?
Yeah, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And you know, nobody could not really know what that felt like when you went through that. And I'm glad that you come on here today. And I hope everyone on Twitter heard this, because molestation in families and abuse, it can't go on, and it shouldn't go on. So if anybody out there that got that done to you, please report it to a local authority or a minister or someone that can actually do something to bring a stop to it.
Yep.
Because what's the truth here? What's your name, Brian?
Yeah.
Brian told you what happened to him. If it happened to you, do not let it go on. Report them. Let if someone know what should be done. They should be locked up. They should incarcerate those people that do that to kids when they're little. I don't tolerate it. That's why I let my friend Brian on here, my brother in Christ, to talk about his testimony on here, that we can bring a stop to sexual abuse in families, and all that stuff should be bring to a halt. And I hope that this helped you out today to realize that you're not alone when you're going through this.
Yep.
And Brian's a good example of it, that he shared his testimony out there to let you know that it's not afraid to keep it to yourself. Tell someone about it. Get away from that abuser. Go tell someone that you can talk to, a minister or even a police officer or someone that can help you get away from that sick person that they call what they call your friend to you. They're not your friend. And Brian's a good example of it.
And you know what, Wayne?
What?
That's my mother's story. That's not my story.
Oh, I know.
I have my own story where I didn't tell anybody about being sexually abused, and it destroyed my life. Right?
Yeah.
So
right.
On top of that, I destroyed my life. My mother's life was destroyed. I was taken after I was sexually abused, because I had issues from being sexually abused that I wasn't talking about, and I was a very angry child. So my mother reached out to social assistance and asked them for help, and they ended up taking me, telling my mother that she couldn't afford the therapy that I'm going to need to recover from whatever it is that I was been through. I never came out with the truth until just before my mother reached her deathbed. I told her the truth. It's strange how we always wait until the end of somebody's life to bring out the truth. That has to stop.
Yeah.
We have to get the truth out now. Right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
And we have to tell people.
Right? And I want to thank you for allowing me to tell my mother's testimony.
Yes.
I also have my own that I will be giving here sometime soon on my channel as well. So I will definitely share that with you when I come out with that as well. I don't know why I do this, Wayne. Well, I know why. I do it for God. I'm terrified of this. This is one of my biggest fears, and I'm facing it head on. When I read this testimony the other day on that live stream, I bawled my eyes out. I want to be able to tell this story with boldness.
Right.
And I want to be able to help abused women, and I want to be able to help abused children, and I want to be able to help get people off of the streets and find some trauma counseling to get through this, to get off the drugs. That is the first thing I needed to do, is I needed to face my past head on with Jesus Christ, and I had to cry through it all, the pain and the nightmares, and eventually Jesus Christ worked things out in my life that brought me healing one thing at a time. Me being here right now brings me healing.
Romans 8:28.
Right? Amen.
And the whole thing is that we're here to help. And I'm hoping that if you are a young adult or maybe up in age that you went through this and you're on this Twitter and you heard
Yep.
Brian speak about his experiences and his mother's experiences, you can reach out to people that they have places that you can reach out to, centers that for abused adults and children,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep it confidential from that person that hurt you.
Yeah.
And we're hoping that we can push this thing out there and say enough is enough. It's got to stop.
So I'll tell you a funny story. When I read this testimony for the first time, I reached out to the abusers and I told them, I know what happened and I want to know the truth. And you know what they did to me?
What?
They called me crazy, insane, and they called the RCMP on me and tried to have me committed to the mental house, the nut house, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I had a cousin reach out and tell me that he was going to kill me if I spoke about his father anymore and that I was crazy.
Oh, really?
Right? So
Yeah.
this is very serious stuff. And I will be these predators' worst nightmare in the name of God. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope that we touch lives today. I hope some people heard this and realize that you don't have to live in that fear anymore. They got places out there you can actually reach out to, and they'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
So I don't care. The whole problem is now we have a world that has a lot of perverted, sick people out there, and
Yep.
see, abuse don't happen by um, one person. It happens from many, many people. Because you think of it, Brian was never wouldn't have gone through this if his father didn't touch him.
Right.
It all starts to one person to another.
Yep.
Now we got to get people help that have to go through this, that they won't do it to another person. And that's why we reached out to people on Twitter today to let people know that this is a serious, serious crime. And it should never go on any longer. Something's got to bring it to a stop.
Yep.
And that's why me and Brian got together today and we allow my brother in Christ to tell his mother's testimony, and later on he'll tell his own as well. Because we are going to get this out there and we're going to get it out there. And I hope somebody in Congress does go on Twitter there,
Yep.
Brian.
Yep.
So I hope Ed Markey out there, he heard that story. And I'm hoping he did. Because
can I interject here for 1 second?
Sure.
The one thing that I think is most important right now is I have a community of people that are backing me up, and
Good.
we have got along with something called #EndTheStigma, because what is stopping people like me from telling my story and helping people heal is the people out there that are making videos about me, trashing me, bashing me, trying to stitch me up as the abuser. So #EndTheStigma is out there to allow people to express themselves, to say, hey, enough is enough. We need to stop beating the sexual abuse survivors back into the ground. That is the number one thing that is contributing to drug abuse in America and Canada, is trauma and mental illness from being abused as a child.
Mm-hmm.
So #EndTheStigma is something simple that we can all do. If you want to share this video out on Wayne's channel somehow on your social media platforms or whatever, that is something that we can do, something small, easy, that we can do to help. I promote that on my channel. I have another channel, AJot's Corner. She promotes the hashtag. Another channel called The Wandering Hippie, who's jumping on with that hashtag now. I'm encouraging people, and it's working. I'm seeing things happen out here on the YouTube streets. People are changing. Communities are changing. Hearts are opening. People are starting to express themselves about addictions more now. I'm yes, it's a good thing. I do
Yes.
have to go now, Wayne. I gotta go get
Okay.
lunch ready.
Thank you for sharing that, your
No
mother's
problem.
testimony. And I'm hoping that'll help other people out there in society to know that abuse, you don't have to keep it to yourself anymore. You can get away
Right,
from that person and
right.
get help and have a normal life and turn to Christ and accept Him as Savior. Thank
Yeah.
you, Brian, for sharing that on my channel. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
thank you for
And
having me.
yes, and I hope that you to come back and share your other testimony. My friend Tasha couldn't handle it because I can't tell you why, but
Okay.
she was put to a situation, but
Yeah.
not the same as you. But she
Okay.
was, so I can't
Well,
talk about her personal business. So
right.
um, take care, Mark, and I hope I'm Brian. I hope everything is. May God bless your day. All right, and take care of
Yes, sir.
yourself.
All right. Have a good day,
Okay.
Wayne. Have a good day, chat. Love you, squirrels.
Yeah. Bye now. Okay, we're back to um. Unfortunately, this is a horrible situation. I hope you people on here, will learn. I hope you learn something from all this because let me tell you, things that are going on in our country today that's not talked about is that subject he spoke about. People out there that are doing to their own children, harming them, abusing them. We don't know what's going on in our country behind closed doors. And I hope that my friend Brian made a stop to it, put a stop to it, and hope everyone on Twitter has a great day. I wanted to share this all with you. My YouTube channel is Custom Screen Printing. I also talked to the Fat Ninja about his his special cause, and I also helped someone out, a woman on Facebook about suicide prevention. I printed shirts for her. See, I help other people bring out their story. I am not ashamed to help another one out. And my YouTube channel is about helping those who need help, those who need to be heard. And I want this to be heard today. And I hope it did someone some good. That's what it was all about, doing someone some good. And have a good day, Twitter community, and God bless you all. And I thank you for being on my channel for today. My name is Wayne, and I thank you and have a great day. Bye now. All right, we're back to custom screen printing. I hope you all are having a great day. I hope no one ran away off my channel. I know Tasha left, and I understand why. I understand her clearly. My friend, I understand. You don't have to worry about it. It's it's clear and done now. But anyway, we have a great community of good channels. We don't have to take people's crap anymore. It's like we don't have to be put through hell by somebody. It all starts with another person when someone becomes that way. Like other people may be that way and hurt kids and keep doing it. This guy here broke away from it. He broke away from it. Brian did. He came to know Christ as his Savior, and God's helping him out to share his testimony and his mother's testimony that he can help other people out. This is something that we need to address. And I'm glad, thank God that I did today. I'm going to get off here now, everybody. I go to the store. So, everybody take care of yourself. I hope everyone comes back tonight at 6 o'clock that we can have a normal live stream tonight. And I thank everybody for being here. And Squirrel, I'll see you tonight. And I hope everyone's having a good day. God bless you all. And let's continue um, doing our good service and our good community channels of YouTube. And may we all remember we have a God out there that loves us all. And no matter who you are, God forgives sins. He does. And he changes lives and everything. But I'm going to leave here now. Everybody, thanks for being here. See you at 6 p.m. tonight for a regular live stream talking about our channels. And